And tonight we remain on your corner surrounding the latest on the Key Bridge collapse in terms of some big developments with a new channel set to open now. Hey everybody, I'm Rick Ritter.
And I'm Nikki Zizaza. Welcome to those of you watching on CBS News Baltimore and on WJZ TV. Now, this channel would be the fourth temporary one to open at the site of the former Baltimore landmark, but it will only be open for less than a week as crews aim to clear the main shipping channel by the end of the month.
Yeah, all eyes on that as well. Alex Glaze live from Dundalk tonight. Alex, we want to know what type of ships will be utilizing this channel. And then the big question is, what does this mean for the Port of Baltimore?
Yeah, Rick, this is great news for the port. I actually spoke with a local economist today who says that while it's vitally important to get that main shipping channel open and to get all ships back into the Port of Baltimore, this is an important step in making that happen with that fourth temporary channel opening and limited commercial travel being granted through that channel. According to the U.S. Coast Guard captain of the port, a fourth temporary channel is scheduled to open on Thursday. That fourth channel will only be open for 4 days, but at 35 feet deep and 300 feet wide, it will allow for several ships that are stuck in the Port of Baltimore to get out.
And around that 35-foot draft is really where you're starting to get some of the inventory that's coming on board that had been some of the hallmarks of the Port of Baltimore.
Captain David O'Connell with the U.S. Coast Guard says there are currently 7 ships ready to get out of the port. 5 will be able to get out, including a loaded car carrier. Dr. Christina DiPasquale is an associate professor at Johns Hopkins Carey Business School who focuses on economics. She says having a car transporter utilizing the temporary 35-foot shipping channel is huge.
That's one of the port's claims to fame, right, is that we have the most car imports in the U.S. coming through that port.
Commercial ships will also be using the fourth temporary channel to come into the port.
I know we have a container barge which is scheduled to come in. We have another small bulker coming in, and then another aluminum ship would be scheduled to come in that time frame as well.
Opening up the 35-foot channel is extremely important. Well above 50% of all the vessels that call the port are able to come in at 35 feet or below.
The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers expects to reopen the main shipping channel, which is 700 feet wide and 50 feet deep, by the end of May. And the executive director of the Maryland Port Administration says that those vessels coming in to discharge cargo have to be out of the port within that 4-day window. Otherwise, they'll be stuck for up to 10 days. In Dundalk, Alex Glaze, WJZ.
Alex, thank you. As we've been telling you, WJZ and the United Way of Central Maryland continuing our efforts to help those impacted by this tragedy. And to learn more about how you can partner with us, scan the QR code right there on the right side of your screen or head to WJZ.com.